it is a strange quarter. I've called it a lame duck quarter before because we all know it's the end of the product cycle. The one thing that we have with the September quarter guidance coming up is that the year-ago quarter, you had a delay in the iPhone 10 release, so you probably have easy comparables. However, that given said, we are definitely concerned that guidance could miss where the consensus is, given what we perceive is now a slowing smartphone market, as well as you're coming off a big upgrade cycle. So we actually downgraded shares back in May 30th, citing one, a declining smartphone market, and two, when we do the math around the subscription services, we can't get there offsetting what we believe is going to be smartphone unit declines. What is the fair price
for the stock?
We have fair price at $200. That's 16x earnings plus net cash. But, so is there a significant downside? Probably not, but you also do have risk of some multiple compression where the current stock is trading
even more than, because they trade at a discount to other, when people think about all the hot tech stocks, Apple's always the one with the lowest multiple out of all those names.
Well, would you call a single-digit year-over-year revenue growth, earnings growth a hot tech stock?
Touche, right? Exactly. So, bottom line, what do you think is the 10 was so controversial, a success or not? How do you describe it? It's raised ASPs, right? The average selling price, so it's increased margins.
Yep.
That's on the one hand, but it's kind of been met with, I don't know, shrug of the shoulders.
I would say from a technology perspective, there was some really cool stuff in there. They really broke the envelope. But in terms of what really matters to the end consumer, do you really care that you have greater security with Face ID? Probably not that much, at least the average consumer.
Can I tell you, Face ID, I thought it was crazy. I thought I was going to hate it. I love it. Instead of having to, it's just so much easier to use the phone.
I love it, except for when you are trying to get it under the table and you're not supposed to be.
That's
and
right.
You can't look at it, and then you're trying to do this thing, trying to make it look at you, but you can't. Okay, so you mentioned delay of the phone last year.
Right.
So give us a little bit of gossip or speculation, maybe we should call it, for what you think is going to happen this fall, because that's what investors are really focused on. When do you think we're going to hear an announcement about the next series of phones? What do they look like, and when will they actually be in the wild?
Right. My assumption is that it's going to be regular cadence, not any delay.
Regular cadence to you is late September?
Late September, probably September 20th, something like that. We'll probably get a invite coming out early September.
Okay.
And my expectation.
And do you think we'll get guidance about? Can you
no,
even read
absolutely
it? No, but can you even read into some of the things they're saying today relating to what's coming up, or no?
Unlikely. Now, the only wild card out there is that could September quarter guidance potentially disappoint? Because right now, what's built in is 13% year-over-year growth for the September quarter, which compares to 16% year-over-year growth for the June quarter. Embedded in that is an expectation that the next iPhone cycle will be relatively strong and that ASPs will continue to track up year over year.
Why are people so convinced that the next cycle is going to be strong? They're going to come up, we think, right, there's going to be a bigger version of the 10, call it the 11 Plus. There'll be a similar version of this, which will be the 11, with some new cool features, and then there'll be something else.
Right. So I don't think that analysts think that the next cycle is going to be strong. If you look out to fiscal year 19, the year-over-year revenue growth is in the mid-single digits. It's not in the mid-teens like it has been.